It is 4:26 in the morning at Chicago O'Hare Airport, and I just got done eating one of these disastrous concoctions. Have y'all ever had a fruit on the bottom yogurt cup? It's like the yogurt with the weird, like, half-digested fruit at the bottom that doesn't really taste like the fruit that it's supposed to. It tastes like a strawberry that you used to know. It tastes like the ghost of a strawberry. Either way, I'm feeling jazzed off of this shitty yogurt cup. And I'm gonna be in Mexico tomorrow, and nobody knows it except for, I don't know, my immediate family and stuff. I failed at living in a really boring city, so now I'm going somewhere that I like more, which is Mexico. You guys already know that. Walk with me, okay? I'm already sleep deprived. I would say I'm 20 hours without sleep at this point, and I'm not gonna get a chance to sleep until 6 p.m. tomorrow, so you know, 20 more hours to go? I can't count. Don't ask me to count. Once again, I am the only güera at the entire gate, which is fine. I'm used to that, but it gets you some stares. But the lady at the counter spoke to me entirely in Spanish, which is coincidentally just what I wanted, so it's like I'm home already. Buenos días, comadres. Bueno, ya son como las 2 de la tarde, así que ya ni buenos días, buenas tardes. Aquí estoy en mi departamento chiquito. Les voy a dar un tour pequeñito porque pues el departamento también es chiquito. Como pueden ver, una vez que entras ya ves todo a la vez porque es un departamento de estilo como loft. No sé por qué pusieron un sombrero ahí. Mexican shit, yo no sé. Televisión, sofá, la mesa donde como y también donde trabajo. Pero cuando no me siento bien, trabajo en la cama. Pero no les recomiendo eso. Agüita que ya casi ha acabado porque ya son como 2 semanas que estoy aquí. Estufa, refrigerador, espejo porque soy vana. Y pues es un baño, nada que ver. Algo que me hace muy feliz es comprarme florecitas cada domingo. Entonces, hoy es lunes, entonces ayer fui a comprármelas. Tulipanes son mis favoritas. You might be wondering, Elysse, why the fuck are you in Mexico again? Well, it's a long story. Actually, I'm down to tell that long story, but basically, I was not happy where I was. I was living in South Bend, which is a city that is not good for young people. And I was just very frustrated with the situation. And when I came here in October, I came here to Orizaba in October of last year after the Polyglot conference. And I was just so like, I fell in love. It's so great here. So I decided to move here temporarily for like 2 or 3 months, kind of just while I get my shit together and figure out where I want to live in the States. Because I think I have decided I do want to live in the States. I do not, ya no quiero viajar como seguido. It just takes a lot of energy out of me and it makes me feel like I have no roots. I deserve that, okay? As a person who's moved around a lot and has just like, I don't know, embraced like the globetrotter aesthetic for so long, I want a city. I want a place that I can call home y quiero amigos en una ciudad. Like, that's not too much to ask, right? I don't know. Pero lo que vamos a hacer hoy, yo les voy a dar un recorrido de la ciudad. Bueno, no es una ciudad, es más bien como un pueblito. Orizaba es uno de los pueblos mágicos de México, entonces se siente más como un pueblo que una ciudad. No hay transporte público. ¿O sí? No sé. Ay, pero vámonos. Hoy les voy a enseñar unas de mis cosas favoritas de la ciudad y tal vez vamos a comer. Creo que en la tarde voy a ver una película sola. Yo nunca he hecho eso en mi vida, pero se antoja. Se me olvidó que también tengo unos pendientes que hacer. Yo tengo que dejar mi ropa en la lavandería porque ya no tengo ropa limpia. También, hablando de ropa, tengo esta faldita que me gusta tanto, pero no me queda muy bien. Entonces la voy a llevar a la costurera. Y tampoco tengo comida, entonces tenemos que ir a la Soriana. One of my favorite things about Mexico, or just like, I feel like this is also a Latin American thing in general, is just businesses being like just random normal buildings because like, well no, it's actually also like, you know, people running businesses out of their family homes. Like a lot of people do that. Well, they'll just sell like, you know, cubitos of yogurt or like, I don't know, wash people's laundry for people in the neighborhood, and it's kind of just like a local thing. But yeah, I asked my Airbnb host like, do you know, usted sabe de una lavandería cerca de acá? And he was like, oh yeah, the people next door wash your clothes. And it kind of feels like I feel bad asking them, you know, to do things for me, but I'm paying them, so it's also like, what the fuck, who cares? But it turns out I cannot leave my clothes right now because they are not home, so we will try that later. But I still have to go to the seamstress, la costurera, because I'm gonna leave this dress or skirt with her. Y este nos va a llevar al centro, so hagámoslo. So let's talk about the street system here in Orizaba. So every street is either east, west, north, or south. I can't fucking memorize it though, that's the problem. So for example, this is Poniente 12, which just means like 12th East Street. I don't know. And they're all like that. And every east and west intersects with like a north and a south. So it's pretty straightforward. And every intersection is also just a four-way stop. So like whoever gets there first goes first. There's no lights, there's no like crosswalks or anything. It's just free balling life, I guess. Es que yo traigo esta falda que me queda como... No sé, me gustaría que sea como más apretada.
¿Te la puedes probar para que la marques?
Sí, sí, claro, pasa. Sí, porque me gusta cómo se ve enfrente, pero luego de atrás es como...
Ajá, como que se hace más.
Alguien con pues nalgas más grandes que las mías los usó antes. ¿Me dejo con este?
Sí.
Y creo que no moví las agujas en nada.
No, está bien ahí.
Ok.
Sí.
Bueno, voy a pasar el viernes entonces. Muchas gracias. Cool. So this is the Palacio Municipal de Orizaba, which I still have not visited. And I've been here for 2 weeks. That seems kind of stupid, but I guess I'm just that kind of traveler person that doesn't do the touristy stuff like right when they get there. But it is my understanding that they do or did important government stuff here. And also the building, fun fact, is in a Porfirian French style. Porfirian meaning relating to Porfirio Díaz, así se llama. Who is this president guy who some people think is a piece of shit, some people think it was the greatest president ever. Here is the main vista. Oh, you can even see the teleférico. This is so Orizaba right now, guys. Que hasta se ve el teleférico. But I don't know. This is a nice part of town. It's like where all the tourists come and take their pictures and whatnot. It's got a lot of little cafes. You want to see something that I find pretty funny? This is what I find funny. Sonríe, estás en Orizaba. Smile, you're in Orizaba. Dijo nadie nunca. Except me, because I like it here. I smile. For some reason, nobody else likes Orizaba. It's like a meme. So my first favorite place to come in Orizaba is the Tatiashka Cafe, just downtown. It's really nice. They have pambazos, which are typical to Veracruz, which you'll get to see one in just a minute. But Tatiashka, this is a word from the Nahuatl language, which is like the most widely spoken indigenous language in Mexico. And Tatiashka just means like Gran Señor, which I'm not even going to translate into English because it just sounds stupid. Big Sir. It's like a powerful man, right? Anyways, I just come here most days and get a pambazo or a mocha or something like that. It's just crazy because I'm not really like a soda kind of girl, but once I go to Mexico, I'm just like Coke every meal. Why not? The funny thing, if you're wondering what these little black octagons on the Coke are, it's the sellos de salud. So what happens, Mexico has a lot of obesity, right? Just like the United States, but they're actually doing something about it on like a food regulation level. So it says excess calories and excess sugar, just to let you know that you're dying while you drink it. So it actually makes it taste extra good. Okay friends, so this is a pambazo, and it may look super unassuming, but it's really fucking tasty. It's literally just like a bean sandwich with cheese or meat. So I have some chorizo on this joint and a Coke. Like what? So if you get a Coke and a pambazo in Veracruz, it will cost you about 70 pesos. That is like $3 more or less. Coins. Here we go. Next up, my other favorite place in Orizaba is this park right across the street. It's just such a park, you know, look at all the vegetation. It's giving like Central Park vibes. Not that I've ever been to New York or anything, but I can imagine. Something I really enjoy about parks in Mexico is just that they're such a community space, you know, like there's a lot of cool fun stuff in them. Like there's always like some kind of feria or like, you know, somebody selling balloons or... No, actually, you know what you guys should see? These like statues that are from children's songs. I don't know, there's one that maybe I should give like a content warning for like Jim Crow era stuff, like racist depictions of black people. Anyways, but I asked a friend and these are all like figurines from characters from the Cri-Cri songs, which are like children's songs. And you know, there's like a cowboy rat, there's like an abuelita, there's this chapulín, and then there's this. Yeah, I don't know, it's just kind of I guess it's not shocking to see that kind of stuff in general, because even in the US, you know, we've still had like long lingering like imagery of, you know, black people depicted in this way, but it's just crazy to see just off guard. Like when you're just in person, you're like, oh shit. So I suppose this is from one of the songs and it's about like, you know, that. Oh, see, look, here's another one of those Cri-Cri statues. ¿Qué será? ¿Qué será? La abuelita, what does it say? Toma el llavero. Okay. Pero bueno, that's really all I wanted to show you is just like this main downtown area. Hay mucho por conocer todavía y mañana o tal vez pasado mañana vamos a subir el cerro. Entonces los voy a llevar conmigo. Ya lo he hecho como 3 veces desde que llegué y ya lo puedo hacer en como 25 minutos. Entonces me siento muy orgullosa por eso. Y una de las razones por la que vine aquí es que me recuerda mucho la ciudad donde estudié, San Agustín, en Florida. Y tiene sentido porque en Florida, pues Florida también fue colonizada por los españoles, entonces mucho de la vibra es igual, como la arquitectura, las calles. Fun fact, St. Augustine was the first city ever settled in the United States, pero poco se habla de eso porque no fue colonizada por los británicos, sino por los españoles. So it's not really seen as like part of original America, since we kind of just like bought it from the Spanish after a couple hundred years. Pero bueno, la arquitectura y también las plantas. You see like the vegetation up here, this is called Spanish moss, and they have it the same in Florida, so I just feel like me siento en casa. I mean, how could you not love a city with this kind of cityscape? Yo sé que cuando la gente habla de cityscape siempre se habla de pues rascacielos y no sé, cosas así, pero poco se habla de lo bonito que son las montañas. To live in a little like pueblito with montañas is just, it does good to the soul. You know what? Creo que tengo que volver a mis clases de español. Hace muchísimo que no he tomado clases de español. Mi español ya no es lo que era en el pasado. Ya no puedo expresar muchas cosas que yo siento que antes sí podía. Me hace como insegura, no sé, porque muchas veces aquí cuando estoy hablando con desconocidos, cuando me topo con personas en la calle, me trabo. Well, I wish I would have brought a book or something. I was kind of in a rush when I left, entonces no me llevé nada para leer, unfortunately. But I'm gonna stay here for a while still, but tengo que volver a la casa, terminar de trabajar y luego vamos a una película. I should find out which movie I'm gonna see. Bueno, aquí dice que a las 7:50 va a estrenar Megan, entonces creo que voy a ver Megan. Yo soy muy chillona, entonces no sé por qué me voy a poner a ver una película scary, pero bueno, solo hay como películas infantiles y de horror. Creo que prefiero de horror. Es una de esas películas que se trata de una muñeca como haunted. I feel like that's such a played premise. Like, they've already made 50,000 movies like that. I don't get it. Am I missing something? Is there something inherently really funny and interesting about that? No creo. Anyways, ya nos vamos para la casa. So I forgot, I actually had one pendiente left, and that was to go to the grocery store. So we re-upped on huevito, got some peppers, onions, all that good shit. Manguito, because I've been wanting some mango. Oh, this is so that my breath doesn't stink. That's important. We got pechuga de pollo. So if you can believe it, in Mexico, if you want a whole chicken breast, like a fat-ass chicken breast like this, it's like $2.50. So, not bad. I thank God. I look lived in. Holy shit. This is what freaking Veracruz humidity does to my hair. I'm gonna make like a classic Mexican meal before I head out to my movie in like an hour and a half, which is arroz rojo y pechuga de pollo. What am I saying? Milanesa de pollo. Milanesa de pollo, or like fried, thin, crispy chicken breast is like the most Mexican thing you can eat. So, do you guys want to see something cool? This is the new 100 peso bill that they came out with. I think it was like 2 or 3 years ago that they came out with this new 100 peso bill. So pretty. So on the one side you have Sor Juana, ¿cómo se llama? Sor Juana Inés de la Cruz, and she was like a famous kind of nun religious figure. And then on the back you have these monarch butterflies, which are typical to Michoacan, I'm pretty sure. I will update you when the food is done. Get out of the kitchen, God. How characteristic of me to be listening to Egyptian music while I cook Mexican food. I gotta stir this. I know, I have to. All my towels are in the wash, so I'm using a tote bag to lift this freaking pot handle. Don't listen to your abuela, okay? You can take the lid off of the damn pot if you need to, just to make sure shit's not burning. Te hace falta agregar más aceite, lo que sea. So ignore the absolute mess, but this is what milanesa de pollo is supposed to look like, más o menos. Y pues así quedó todo. So I kind of did burn it a little, but it was on purpose, okay? That's the point. Pero mira, así quedó mi arroz y milanesa. The rice isn't really like as red as I want it to be, pero huele igual, so I'm just gonna assume that it's good. Now for the test bite. Everybody's asking about the test bite. Let's get the test bite going. You know how everybody like always makes jokes about gym rats only eating chicken and rice? Well, that's me, except I don't be going to the gym. That's rice. Needs more salt. That's okay. Okay, it's literally almost time for my movie, so I gotta go. ¿Quieren saber algo? Una diferencia muy grande entre Estados Unidos y México es the customer service, el servicio al cliente. In the United States, sometimes people that you're paying to do a service, they'll act like they're doing you a favor. Like even service people can be so rude in the US, but in Mexico it's totally different. It's always like a sus órdenes, cualquier cosa estamos pendiente, like they care a lot. I was just expecting like a little hand wash, maybe like a sun dry on the rooftop or whatever, but this is like immaculate. It smells great, it's really soft, and they give it to me in this like sterile bag, so I don't know. Anyways, hoy es día de San Valentín. Casi se me pasó, casi no me fijé porque pues estoy sola. Obviamente, pero no estar acompañada no significa que uno tiene que estar sola, you know? So today we are going to dedicate to self-love, okay? Siento que el amor propio es algo que yo he olvidado hacer bien. Because being like in a couple for so long and just always being with another person, it kind of makes you forget the self sometimes. So hoy hay unas cosas que quiero hacer. Voy a comprar unas botas, creo. Llevo como mucho tiempo queriendo unas botas como botas vaqueras. Y hay una zapatería cerca de acá que vende como sombreros, todo de cuero, botas también, y quiero comprarme unas. And I think I'm just gonna wander around, go to a park, read, shit like that, because that's what I like to do. So today I'm gonna do things that I like to do, but después de que termine el trabajo, because I still have to work. Just because it's Valentine's Day doesn't mean I have to be broke and jobless. Pero todavía no he comido. Creo que voy a hacer avena con manzana, crema de cacahuate, producto final. It looks like shit, honestly. It's alright. No, because the way that I will fiercely defend anything that I cook, I can only be such a good cook with, you know, a ready pack of oatmeal. Like, it's not my fault if it doesn't taste, you know, amazing, but it's good. También ahorita estoy tratando de subir de peso. Yo sé que mucha gente siempre está tratando de bajar de peso, pero yo siento que, no sé, yo soy muy flaca. Nomás quiero unas piernas como más poderosas, ¿sabes? Y por eso estoy haciendo más ejercicio de mis piernas, de mis muslos. Y parte de eso también es comer mucha grasa, pero como grasas saludables. Entonces, yogur, bananos, plátanos, porque dije, bueno, frijoles, mucho pollo. Bueno, el pollo no tiene tanta grasa, pero sí es proteína, entonces sí también es bueno para las piernas. Anyways, I'm gonna finish this and then let's get out the dough. So, hello. Our first stop today is a different cafe, not Tatiashka, but a different one called Coyametla, que supongo que eso también es de náhuatl, pero no sé qué significa Coyametla. But a friend took me there the other day and I really liked it. So we're gonna finish work and then also just get a little bite ski to eat because honestly the oatmeal was not giving what needed to be gave. Even though I am single on this Valentine's Day, I don't let that bother me because I also enjoy absorbing other people's love, you know? Like I just saw a lady with a cake and some flowers and I'm just like, oh, that's so nice. Who's that for? Her husband? Maybe her mom? I don't know. But, you know, I don't have to be receiving all the love directly to be able to appreciate love, you know? Bueno, aquí tengo mi limonada. Y cambié de mesa porque quería cargar mi celular y también mi laptop. Entonces soy bien nómada digital ahorita. I don't consider myself a digital nomad, but I don't know, I have the habits sometimes when I'm traveling. Bueno, déjenles explico en qué estoy trabajando ahorita. Guiones, básicamente. Mi trabajo y mi trabajo para YouTube. Porque no sé si ya les expliqué por acá en YouTube que tengo un trabajo como Big Girl, trabajo real. Bueno, yo trabajo para una empresa que se llama Giant World y es una aplicación para aprender idiomas y entonces yo estoy a cargo del marketing de contenido. Bueno, ahorita estoy trabajando en los guiones para los como tutoriales de cómo usar la app cuando lo abras y es algo completamente como diferente de lo que hago en YouTube, pero bueno, ahorita estoy trabajando en el guión, pero déjenles enseño cómo se ve cuando planeo videos, porque creo que muchas personas creen que es gran cosa, pero es bien básico. Bueno, este video se trata de los errores que he cometido aprendiendo 5 idiomas, y entonces para avisarte, para que tú no los cometas también. So it's literally just bullet points, and I'm just gonna fill in, I don't know, I kind of just talk out loud until I have like kind of a script, you know? I try not to script my videos too much so they don't sound like robotic, pero así queda. Did you know that if you're losing focus, you should chew mint gum? Or just, you know, anything mint flavored in general, like mint candy, mint tea. It's good for your brain and it helps you focus. And I definitely need some focus because once 4 o'clock hits, I'm mentally checked out. You know, as I'm writing, I just think about how much of my work is just writing. I write so much and I talk so much. Sometimes I just feel like not talking at all. I'm a chatterbox though. I guess it's fitting work, but it's a grateful moment because I'm like, wow, you know, that many people have interest in what I have to say. It's cool. Anyways, cut the sappy shit. Tried it. Thank you so much for the sponsorship. Just kidding, but I'm definitely open. I told myself I was going to keep working until my laptop died. I'm currently at 5%, pero ya no quiero trabajar. Entonces creo que voy a buscar departamentos en Chicago. Back to the house hunt. Más bajos que estos. Entonces así quedaron. Sí, están cómodas. Botas acquired. I don't know how he did it, man. I guess that's the life of being a salesman. You're just super convincing all the time. I don't know, maybe they'll grow on me, and I mean literally because they're just a little bit too tight, like on my foot. But he said like, oh, they'll expand like as you keep wearing them. But I'm like, but you would have to say that, right? Just to get me to buy them. Aquí de nuevo, observando el amor que hay alrededor de mí. Bueno, les voy a leer un pasaje de este libro que estoy leyendo que se llama A Manual for Manifesting Your Dream Life. You're an incredible gift to this world. Pursuing your bliss on your journey is the best possible thing you can do for humanity. Anytime someone tries to convince you to do something from a place of guilt, remember that your ability to change the world and bring happiness to many more people comes from you being happy and deeply fulfilled first. Nowhere in this passage does it even mention the word love. It mentions bliss, it mentions guilt, it mentions happiness, but not love. But it's funny because this passage, out of the whole entire book, for me it spoke the most about self-love. And it almost made me cry when I read it. It's so beautiful. You guys should read this book. You can read it in like an hour and a half. Once again, it is called A Manual for Manifesting Your Dream Life. No, pero look at these kids though, that's so sweet. Y me di cuenta de lo mucho que quería tener novio. Oh shit. Never mind. Boys are stupid. Hello, Puppet. Buenos días. Wait, I've never thought about that before. ¿Cómo suenan los británicos cuando hablan español? I don't know, the gringo, like, US accent. We have a very distinct, like, hola, yo me llamo, but I've never thought about British people speaking Spanish. What a concept. I suppose we should do a fit check, yeah? We got the Patagonia shorts. We got the off-brand BBL Lululemon jacket. And of course, the Merrell hiking boots, which might give you a hint as to what we're about to go do. At this very moment, you're probably like, well, Elysse, pareces que vas a subir un cerro o algo así. Well, if it looks like a duck, quacks like a duck, swims like a duck, then it probably is a duck. And that is the duck that I'm talking about. As you can see, Cerro del Borrego is a big boy. Borrego means lamb, so this literally means like lamb mountain. I'm not sure what the significance is behind that, you know? Pero les voy a explicar cómo le hago para no morir cuando lo subo. Yo tengo como una regla de 3. Entonces, cada como 3 minutos, yo me doy una pausa y también me doy 3 tragos de agua. Y es lo que hago para no morir. But that's like when I'm on sport mode. I don't think I'm on sport mode today. I think I'm just gonna stop and smell the roses. Take it slowly because there's a lot of beautiful views. Hay como 5 vistas que puedes ver en la montaña, like when there's like stops, so you can rest and whatnot. So, eso lo vamos a hacer. Hold on, let me get my Strava out. That was pretty slick. Did you guys see that? Esta es la de la que estoy hablando, Strava, y puedes como registrar tus subidas y todo eso. Así que como hace 3 días lo subí. I put walks on here too, you know. So registrar and senderismo y ya. Vamos. I like to start off with a run. I don't know, just a little bit of chaos. Aquí, después de como 3 minutos viendo, es la primera vista. Tengo mi agüita, que no sirve nada porque no lo podía abrir. Qué bonito, qué bonito. Once again, this is not sponsored by Clean Canteen, but it wouldn't bother me if it was. Y aquí está el segundo mirador. Yo creo que casi se ve igual que el primero, pero está bonito. No sé por qué me está costando más subir más lento. Se siente más fácil cuando me voy como seguido y no tomo tantas pausas. Estoy tomando muchas pausas ahorita. Estoy toda sudada, aparte de eso. Fuck. Para mí es algo muy mexicano poner a la Virgen hasta en un cerro. Yo no sé. Pero bueno, este es el cuarto y penúltimo mirador, creo, antes de la cima. Ok, ya falta poco. Vamos, vamos, vamos. Ya mero, ya mero, ya mero. Okay, this is when you know it's almost over. This is like the final kind of stretch. This is the beginning and the end are both just like stairs. Hay que seguir, hay que seguir. But look at the nature. Wow, nature. Aquí encima me pongo a pensar en muchas cosas, como la vida y también, pues la vida, que fake deep, ¿no? Pero también me pongo a pensar en mi cuerpo, como mi concepto de mi cuerpo, ¿no? Porque como toda la vida las personas me han dicho que soy muy flaca y eso me hace pensar que no puedo hacer todo lo que quiero, como hablando de ejercicio y cosas activas y así. Cosas que tienen que ver con la vida, cómo veo a mí misma, como mi autoconcepto. No sé, y también yo pienso mucho en como mi concepto de mi cuerpo, porque toda la vida, cuando yo pienso en la palabra flaco, yo pienso en como debilidad, pero no debe estar así, ¿no? Y sí puede hacer muchas cosas. Es bueno ponerte al reto, ¿sí se dice eso? Like to put yourself to a challenge, no sé, pero sí sé que como subir el cerro se ha hecho como más fácil. Mientras más veces lo subo, es como una anécdota para la vida, es una metáfora para la vida. Pero aquí estamos al otro lado del cerro. Entonces si seguimos caminando acá, hay un mirador más que quiero que vean. Spoiler, es el mejor. Pretty amazing. This is one of those times where I'm very grateful that I have working legs so I can see stuff like this. Anyways, I think it's time to go back down and I think we're gonna be doing the teleférico porque me da mucha hueva bajar. Bro. Se me olvidó detener mi temporizador, bro. It's been over an hour. I would say I got up here maybe like 50 minutes maybe. So this is the path and that took me just over an hour. Gran teleférico. Apenas me di cuenta de que no les enseñé cómo se ve el centro de Orizaba, entonces este es el centro, este se llama el Parque Castillo. Y bueno, con eso ya se concluye este vlog cortito. Espero que les haya gustado y bueno, así se ve mi vida aquí en México. Yo estaría acá hasta fines de marzo, creo, entonces estoy bien aquí. Bueno, nos vemos pronto, cuídense y saludos desde Orizaba.